Harrogate Town, the team newly added to FIFA after securing a place in League 2 after winning the National League playoffs. Formed in 1914, the club entered the Northern League. However, they played their first competitive fixture in 1919 due to the outbreak of World War I. They secured a place in the Football League for the first time of the club's history, and we hope to build on that success by taking them to the Premier League as well as making them Champions League winners. So if you've had the pleasure of seeing one of my rebuilds before, there are a couple of rules we need to go over. The first is the objective, which is to take a team to Champions League glory. Up until that point, all games must be simulated, but we will eventually be playing in the Champions League final. There are no restrictions on the transfer front. They can be as realistic or unrealistic as I want. Keep in mind your favourite player could be sold during this rebuild. If I do, I apologise in advance. Make sure you enjoy the video and stay tuned for the next few. So with our first looks at the squad here, I've noticed that we've got some decent players on the bench, but overall the squad isn't very strong at all. It's obviously to be expected, just got promoted, so hopefully we can bring in some decent players and maybe push for promotion next season. This season is mainly just going to be bedding in and building up on a few players. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we make our first signing. So I just got the message about our youth squad and I decided to take a look. We found this guy here, Ike Cuevas. He's not got the best potential, but his overall rating is already higher than both the centre backs we currently have. So I'm going to promote him to the senior side, as well as this guy here, Yurong Pan. His overall isn't the highest, but 75 to 94 potential with 5-star weak foot. He could turn out to be a potential world beater, so also going to promote him just for the hopes he can do something. The rest of these guys though, I don't really see much. Maybe this guy, Corelja. We are going to prioritize because we could do with all the numbers we can get, but these two here, we're going to release them. So yeah, that's our business done there, and I guess I'll bring it back if we make any signings. So our first piece of business on the transfer market is the departure of James Belshaw. The goalkeeper is going to be leaving us for a fee of £175,000. He was just a bit old. It was one of our high-rated players, but he was just a bit old, so we've decided to sell him and we're hopefully going to pick up a younger goalkeeper really soon. So we've got another departure here. We have sold Brandon Kieran here. The English winger is going to be leaving us to join St Mirren for a fee of £220,000. So we have picked up a brand new goalkeeper here guys. We have signed Ryan Schofield from Huddersfield Town. The young English goalkeeper joins the club for a fee of 400k. Hopefully he can grow along with the rest of the side and be a decent shot stopper between the sticks for us this season. So we have a departure here guys. Our right back, one of our right backs, Warren Burrell, has left us to join IK Start for a fee of £185,000. We have also sold Aaron Martin here, one of our strikers, who is leaving us to join Hamilton for a fee of £150,000. So we have a departure here guys. We have decided to sell Mark Beck here. The Scottish striker is going to be leaving us to join Bradford City for a fee of £270,000. So we have another departure. We have sold Lloyd Kerry here to Carlisle United for a fee of £115,000. So we have a brand new striker signing here guys. We have brought over Ricky J Jones here from Peterborough. We have signed him for a fee of £650k and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he develops. He looks absolutely god tier for a rebuild. 17 years old, 59 rated. He's got a pretty decent potential as well, if I recall, and for a pretty bargain price. So I'm hoping to see how he develops in the forming season. So I guess I'll bring you guys back if we make any more signings. So we have a brand new signing here guys. We have picked up Charlie Owens here from QPR. The Northern Irish midfielder is joining the club for a 600k, which is under his valuation, and I'm hoping that it can be an integral part of the midfield for, I'd probably say, maybe at least the next 3 seasons. I'm not too sure beyond that, but hopefully it'll be good in the meantime. So we have a departure here guys. We have decided to sell Jack Moulton here. He is leaving us and going to be joining VFB Lookback for a fee of £220,000. So we have another departure. We have sold Josh Falkingham for a fee of £280,000 to FC Voluntari. So at the end of the first transfer window, we have made a few signings. We've brought in Schofield, Ricky Ray Jones, as well as Owens. We have got rid of 1.6 million worth of players. This is how the starting 11 is looking. I have converted Walker, who's playing right mid currently. He was a left mid, but I've decided to convert him to a right mid because that's where he can also play, just so that way we don't have two high rated left mids and we didn't have to bother buying a new right mid. The squad does not look very strong at all. I've got quite a large sum of money in the bank, so hopefully we'll be able to bring in some reinforcements in January if the squad isn't doing too great. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we are halfway through the season. So halfway through the season and we are not doing very well at all. We are currently sat in 21st, which if this was real life, we are just one spot above relegation. So we are definitely going to have to make some reinforcements in January. We've actually scored a decent amount of goals compared to some other teams, but we just conceded a lot more, so we're probably going to go into upgrading our defence a bit. So I guess I'll bring you guys back when we make some defensive reinforcements. So we have the project here guys, we have sold Will Smith here. He is leaving us to join, I'm not even going to pronounce that. We've sold him for a fee of 440k. So we have made a statement with a huge signing here guys. We have signed Malik Tayor here for a fee of £2 million from Schalke. Unfortunately, with him being from Schalke, he was unwilling to relocate, but we activated his release clause of 2 mil. So we've overpaid on what we probably could have gotten for a lot cheaper, but I reckon by the end of this season, depending on how he grows, this will look like an absolute bargain. So with him coming in now, hopefully with a stronger defender, we can actually push for more of a higher finish, not like top half, but between midway and bottom, around there would be nice. So I'll bring you guys back for making more signings, and if not, I'll bring you back on deadline day. So guys, we decided to go ahead and sign a free agent in James Jego here. The Kiwi is joining us here on a 2-year deal. He's 67 rated, so he's better than all of our current players. Obviously he's kind of old at 28, so he'll only be with us for maybe 2 seasons max, but hopefully he can help us survive this season, even though we can't get relegated. I don't know why I said that, but hopefully maybe push for promotion next season. So James Jego, welcome to the side. So guys, we have a pod here. We haven't decided to sell Connor Hall here. The English centre-back has left us now since we've signed Tayor, so he's no longer needed, and he is leaving us for a fee of 350k. So we have another departure here in George Thomas. He is leaving us to join Oldham Athletic for a fee of £180,000. So guys, we are having a bit of a problem with squad depth, so I'm deciding to send out Nathan Shields. We already had a scout, I didn't know we did. We're going to be setting up in England, and he's just going to look for any people, because we're running low on people. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring it back if any more business is made this window. So we've done little business in this window, but more important, we've brought in Tayor and Jego. We've got rid of Smith, Hall and Thompson. This is how our squad is now looking. Hopefully now with a strong defender, and we've got Jego. We had to change formation up, so unfortunately our young Chinese striker has dropped out, but hopefully the team can grow. Hopefully that we can overcome some more this season, but I guess I'll bring you guys back at the end of the season. So guys, it's turned out that we've had a departure here which I weren't expecting. Jack Emmett is leaving us and he'll be joining St Mirren next season for a fee of 240k. So at the end of the season we end up finishing in 19th. It's an improvement on where we were in January, but still not as high as I'd like us to be. Hopefully we can start pushing up the table a bit next season. A few changes are going to need to be made, a few signings are going to be needed. So there's a lot of work for us to do in the transfer window. So I guess I'll bring you back at the start of season 2. So our first piece of business in season 2 is picking up Rolando Aarons here on a pre-contract. Well, not on a pre-contract, on a free deal. We've signed him after he was released from Newcastle, and honestly, pretty decent signing, and hopefully he can carry us this season. So guys, I'm a little confused here. So we were low on players last season, I know, which is why I started Youth Academy, and I loaded in to look to put Aaron in the starting 11 and saw that we had some new Michael Langer, Chris Porter, and then Phil Jagielka. Like, I'm surprised, but I'm quite happy with it. I'll play Jagielka, but Chris Porter, Michael Langer, I'm not too sure what I'm really going to do with them. I'd probably look towards selling them if I could, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I might be able to include them in a swap deal of some sort, but Other than that, guys, I guess I'll bring it back when we make our first actual signing. So we have a departure here, guys. I wasn't looking to sell him, but when we get an offer of 1.5 million for Connor Kirby, you kind of accept it. I was hoping to keep him and let him grow a bit more, but hopefully with this huge amount of funds we can add to our already decent figure this season and bring in someone spectacular. So we are not playing around here, guys. We have brought over Will Smallbone from Southampton. The Irish midfielder has joined us here at the club for £2.2 million. He's 21 years old, so I can see him being a bright and successful player in the future of the club. So guys, we have got a brand new signing here. We have signed Brandon Fleming here from Hull City. The left back is joining us here at the club for a fee of £1.1 million. He's 64 rated, 21 years old. I can see him being pretty good, and hopefully he can grow with the rest of our squad and be an integral part of the team this season. So I guess I'll bring you guys back if we make any more signings. So we have another departure here, guys. We have sold Kevin Loco. He's going to be joining AFC Wimbledon for a fee of 230k. So at the end of the transfer window, we've brought 3 players in Aaron, Smallbone and Fleming. We have sold Kirby and Lococo. Well, Loco, why I say Lococo, I don't know. Here's the start 11's looking. Smallbone, Tior, then Jago, all looking pretty good. Aaron's, Jagielka's already gone down, but he's 38, what do you expect? We maybe need to be looking for a centre-back for next season. Hopefully some players can go. Jones now at 66, could really do with Fleming growing throughout this season. Maybe a bit more growth from Owens as well as Fallowfield, but I guess I'll bring you guys back when we're halfway through the season. So halfway through the season, we are currently in first position, which is a huge improvement on where we were at the end of last season. So hopefully now with this we can maybe add some new additions to the squad, but if not, I guess I'll bring you back on deadline day. So I have a departure here, guys. We have decided to part ways with Ryan Fallowfield. 26-year-old right back is leaving us for a fee of £1 million. So guys, we're another departure here. We have sold Calvin Miller to Oita Trinta. The Scottish midfielder is leaving us for a fee of £2.5 million. So it doesn't pop up on the big screen, but as you can see here, we have sold Kodelja to Podskiacek for a fee of 450k. So we have a departure here, guys. We have sold James Jago, the Australian midfielder who we signed up from the free last season, is now leaving us for a fee of £1.4 million to Byfield. And guys, I am so happy with this signing. All those departures have come together in order to make this signing right here. Tariq Lamptey joining us from Brighton for a fee of £3.1 million. We got him for quite under his valuation, which I'm very surprised about. But the young English talent is tearing it up in the Premier League this season so far, and hopefully now he has come down to League 2, which is very surprising. But hopefully now we can make him an incredible talent and he can be England's next best right back. So I guess I'll bring you guys back on deadline day. So at the end of the transfer window, this is all the business we did. We brought in Lamptey and got rid of 4 of our players. This is how the starting 11 is now looking. Smallbone's had an absolute blinder. He's gone up 5 already and we're only halfway through the season. Hopefully Lamptey and Tayor can both grow as well. Those 3 are probably our most outstanding players, as well as Aaron's really, and Richard J. Jones. He should probably grow up a bit more as well. I've put Pan back in the side. We had to change the formation to get rid of Jago, so I'm hoping that he can grow and he can provide some decent cover for Jones in the future if we ever need it. So now that we've got this out of the way, I guess I'll bring you guys back at the end of the season. So we've pulled a 180 on last season and we have won our first piece of silverware in charge of Harrogate Town, and we have won the League 2 title. We finished in first position. We were obviously first in January, so it's not much of a surprise, but I'm happy we were able to maintain our position. We have got promotion to League 1. The only problem is our squad is like super high rated for a League 1 side, so it's going to be kind of difficult to try and hold on to people, but I'll see what I can do. So guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the start of Season 3. We have a departure here, guys. We have sold the veteran Phil Jagielka. He is going to enjoy a Swiss adventure over at Young Boys. So we have a departure here, guys. We have sold Brandon Fleming. The English left back is leaving us to go join Guangzhou Evergrande for a fee of £4 million. So we have signed a brand new centre back here, guys. We have signed Gonçalo Cardoso from West Ham here. The Portuguese centre back is joining us here at the club for a fee of £3.5 million, and hopefully him and Tayo can produce a pretty good centre back partnership for this season. We've made a brand new left back signing here, guys. We have signed Hayden Coulson here from Middlesbrough. The English left wing back who will be converted to a left back. He's joined the club for £3.1 million, and hopefully the 24-year-old can help us push for promotion this season. So at the end of the transfer window, we have 2 arrivals in Cardoso and Coulson and 2 departures in Jagielka and Fleming. This is how our starting 11 is looking. As you can see, Pan and Walker are the weak links in the side, but Lamptey, Smallbone and Tyre all at 75, Jones at 74, so we're building a strong side. I'm mainly focused on building the defence because that gives us a good platform in order to definitely survive, so we won't be going back down to League 2, but hopefully the attack can produce some goals and hopefully help us push for promotion. So I guess I'll bring you guys back in January. So halfway through the season we are sitting in first position, which is not, well, I was about to say not to be surprising, but I mean we just got promoted ourselves, but as you can see we aren't comfortably ahead. We are only 3 points ahead of second, but we should hopefully still be pushing for promotion. We are a good chunk away clear of the rest though. So hopefully we can carry on this momentum going through the remainder of the season. Hopefully we can sign somebody in January maybe to help bolster our chances, but if not, I'll bring you guys back on deadline day. So we've not been able to do any business in this transfer window, but I still reckon the squad's got a good chance of us getting promoted. As you can see, we've nearly got players in the 80s and we're only in League 1. So hopefully when we get into the Championship we can maybe sell off a few players and upgrade in some other positions, and we should have a good chance of getting promoted to the Premier League. So with that out of the way, guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the end of the season. So guys, we have managed to obtain promotion into the Championship as we have won the league for the second time in a row. Back-to-back promotions, back-to-back titles. We've had an absolutely incredible season, 29 wins out of 46 games. Would have been nice if we obviously could have maybe lost less, but I guess we'll see how life in the Championship throws, or what it throws at us. So yeah guys, I guess I'll bring you back at the start of season 4. So we have a departure here, guys. We have sold our goalkeeper Ryan Schofield. The Englishman joined us in the first season from Huddersfield, and he's going to Genk for a fee of £41 million. I was planning on keeping him because he was growing quite nicely, but when you get an offer that high for him, this is going to allow us to make some huge improvements to the rest of our squad, which I think is a lot more important. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to pick up a new goalkeeper first and then see what other areas we can improve on. So I guess I'll bring you guys back when that goalkeeper position is sorted. So we have picked up what I would say is a very good improvement on Schofield. He may be 3 years older, but Alexander Nubel, 3 ratings higher, and we got him for under 20 mil. Well, yeah, just under 20 mil of what we sold Thingy for, Schofield, so it's a very good pickup. I'm excited to see how he develops, and hopefully the German can be an integral part of the team for moving forward. So over the departure here, guys, we have sold Tom Walker. The English winger is leaving us to join International for a fee of £2.1 million. So we have made a brand new right mid signing, guys. We have signed Harvey Elliott from Liverpool here. The English winger is joining us here for a fee of £18 million, and I'm hoping that he can provide a lot of support to our front men, as well as provide some good cover out for the fullback when him and Lamptey running down the right flank. I don't see many teams standing a chance against us this season. At the end of the transfer window in our first Championship season, we've spent 40 mil and got rid of 43 mil worth of players. This is how the starting 11 is looking. Jones has got called up to international duty for England, which is always a nice thing to see. I've had to change the formation slightly to fit Elliott in, as it's taken longer than I expected to change to a right mid, so he's going to be playing much further up, but it should look up. Lamptey at 83 now, Tyre at 81, Smallbone and Nubel both hit the 80s. We're probably going to need to get a new centre back soon because Cardoso hasn't grown as much as I'd liked, but there's not really much I can do. We'll probably be looking to maybe pick up a different striker for Pan, but if he grows like he has been doing, then I shouldn't really see a problem with him staying for now. Owens could do with growing a bit more, same for Coulson and Aarons, but not too sure what to expect from them. But I know that our core is mainly our centre back, right back and goalkeeper and striker. But yeah guys, I guess bring it back halfway through the season. So halfway through the season, we are absolutely smashing it. We are top of the Championship, so it looks like we're probably going for back-to-back promotions as well as back-to-back title winning. which does put us in a good position for next season. Hoping this means we'll survive the Premier League with no trouble at all. Hopefully we can maybe pull off a new signing to improve the squad, but our squad is already quite strong, so I doubt it'll be easy to find a replacement for anyone. But other than that, guys, I guess I'll bring you back if we make any signings. So no business in this transfer window, guys, that's due to our big spending in the first window. This is how the starting 11 is looking though. Hopefully the likes of Elliott can grow a bit more, as well as Pan, maybe Cardoso, but we're probably going to be looking for a new centre back next season. Lamptey is now in 87 and Jones is now in an 85. That is crazy. I never expected that when I signed Jones, like, he's just growing so much. So hopefully that he can continue scoring goals, the defence can hold out and we can get promoted. So guys, we have gone back to back to back title wins, and finally in season 5 we'll be making our Premier League debut. Hopefully that we can survive, hopefully we can push for maybe top half table, hopefully we can make some good signings, and hopefully the team does not fail us. So I guess I'll bring you guys back at the start of season 5. So we have a departure here in season 5, and that is the departure of Rolando Aarons. The winger joined us here in season 2 on a free from Newcastle. He helped carry our team, but we have decided to sell him now for a fee of £27 million to Aston Villa. And I would say we have made a pretty decent upgrade on Rolando Aarons. We have picked up Pedri from Barcelona. The young winger is joining Zidane for a fee of £58.9 million, and we have absolutely robbed Barcelona here. 21 years old, 83 rated. I can only see him improving. This is a really good signing, and I'm hoping that he can be a pretty dangerous player running down the left flank. So we have another departure here, guys. We have decided to sell Hayden Coulson here. The English left back is leaving us here to join Borussia Dortmund for a fee of £32 million. So guys, we have a departure here. We have decided to sell Yurong Pan. The Chinese striker who was in our youth academy, who we promoted in the very first season, has now grown to an 80 overall and done his part in winning his £80 million from Tottenham. Hopefully now he doesn't come back to buy us in the arse, and we can use this money to improve our squad. So I guess we'll bring you guys back when we find some new replacements. So we have picked ourselves up a brand new left back here. We have signed Tyrell Malaysia here from Olympique Lyon. The Dutch left back is joining us for £55 million, which is quite expensive for a fullback. However, he's an improvement and he can only get better. So hopefully with him and Lamptey, our fullbacks are set for the rest of the rebuild. Hopefully now we can just find a replacement player, as we've sold Pan, so we'll look into that. And I guess we'll bring you guys back when we do find that player. And guys, we have made our brand new signing. We have signed Dominic Salbalai. I'm not sure, I've probably butchered that, but the Hungarian midfielder is joining us here for a fee of £45 million from AC Milan. I managed to pick him up so cheap due to his contract expiring. So I'm really happy with this. He's 84 rated, so he's going to be one of our higher rated players. Hopefully now with Ricky J. James got him in support, hopefully we should be staying up. And we could even potentially be pushing the Champions League football if everything goes our way. So we could be doing pretty well this season. So guys, I guess I will bring you back on deadline day. So at the end of the transfer window, we have spent £160 million on Pedri, Malaysia and Salbalai. We've also got rid of Aarons, Coulson and Pan. This is how our starting 11 is looking. As you can see, it is strong in some areas, average in others, and pretty weak in 2. We are probably going to need to replace Cardoso and Aarons next season. Hopefully Smallbone, Pedri, Malaysia, Tayo can all continue to grow. Elliott as well, I'd really like to grow a bit more, else we will have to look to replace him. Lamptey is a 91. That is mental. Hopefully Nubble can grow a bit as well, so I don't have to bother picking up a new goalkeeper, but if not, that might also be a priority sooner rather than later. But yeah guys, I guess now this is out of the way, I'll bring you back in January. So halfway through the season, and we are currently in 7th, but we are extremely close to 4th. We're 2 points off 4th, which means it's going to be quite a very difficult push for us to make in the second half of the season. As you can see, we are seem to be doing pretty well. There's a lot of people gunning for that spot, all the way down to 9th, and could potentially push for 4th, so we're going to have quite a battle in the second half of the season. Hopefully it goes our way though, and we can push forward. I'll see if we can make any signings in this January window, or if not, I'll just bring you guys back on deadline day. So we have made a departure here, not a signing. We have sold Charlie Owens here to Bayern Munich for £85 million. I was hoping to hold on to the Northern Irish midfielder, but when Bayern Munich come in with a big offer, you only really accept it. Hopefully now we'll be able to go in for a top-notch midfielder, and that should only leave us looking at the centre-back position next season, maybe filling out the bench a bit, and we could potentially go on a deep run in the Champions League whenever we get it. So now guys, I guess I'll bring you back when we find a replacement midfielder. We have brought in a brand new midfielder here, guys. We have signed Declan Rice here from Everton for a fee of £78 million. The England midfielder should hopefully be a rocking midfield, because Will Smallbone as well as Dominic are both quite attacking minded, so hopefully he can sit back and allow the others to progress and hopefully provide some cover for defenders. Hopefully with this epic addition to our midfield, we should be able to push for Champions League football. So at the end of the January transfer window, we have one new arrival in Rice and one departure in Owens. This is how our starting 11 is looking now. As you can see, we are desperately going to need a centre back next season. Elliot has grown a lot, so hopefully he can continue to grow alongside Pedri. Malaysia hasn't grown yet, but I'm hoping that he does. So I guess I'll bring you guys back at the end of the season. Guys, we managed to pull together, and in the end we have managed to achieve Champions League football in our first season in the Premier League. We have ended in 4th, 3 points ahead of Arsenal, 3 points behind Manchester United. But all that really matters is that we have got the Champions League football for season 6. Hopefully we can push deep. I'm not really too sure what to expect though. Hopefully some more players can grow, we can pick up some decent signings. So yeah. So we also emerged out on top in the Carabao Cup, beating Liverpool 4-3 on penalties. And then smashed City 3-1 in order to win the FA Cup at the end of the season. So you could say it's been quite a successful season here in our first season in the Premier at Harrogate Town. Hopefully we can continue and build on this, and I guess I'll bring you guys back in season 6. So we have decided to pick up a brand new centre-back, as we have signed Pau Torres from RB Leipzig. The Spanish centre-back joining us at the club for a fee of £60 million. The 28-year-old should hopefully provide some good support to Tior. Hopefully with him and Tior at the back in front of Nubble, we shouldn't be conceding many goals this season. Hopefully with him now in the squad we could push for deep in the Champions League, but I'm not too optimistic. So I guess I'll bring you guys back if we make any more signings. So I've decided to pick up a brand new backup goalkeeper. We have decided to sign David Wright here. He's joining us here from Hamburg for a fee of £13.5 million, and the Spaniard should provide some decent cover in between the sticks. So I've made a brand new backup striker signing here. We have signed Ignacio Puceto from Udinese. The Argentinian striker is joining us here to cover a fee of £20 million, and hopefully he can provide some good cover for Ricky J. Jones. So I've made another signing here. We have signed a brand new backup midfielder in the form of Trevor Chalobah. The English midfielder is joining us here from FC Lorient for a fee of £5.7 million. We did activate his release clause just because we were in need of a midfielder, and I didn't fancy spending too much due to our low transfer budget. Hopefully he can do a job filling in if we ever need him to, but hopefully we don't get any injuries, and that doesn't have to happen, but it's always nice to have the security. So at the end of the transfer window we have spent just a little under 100 mil bringing in some new recruits. This is how the starting 11 is looking. Ricky J. Jones now at 91, Tior at 88, Rice at 89. We've got a few players looking that might push towards the 90s. Lance is now at 95. Hopefully we can push deep in the Champions League this season. I'm not too sure how it's going to go, but I guess I'll bring you guys back and we'll find out our group. So for our first campaign in the Champions League, our group is Group A, and we've been drawn with Piemonte Calcio, PSV and Genk. I can see us getting through this group. I reckon it'll be us and Piemonte, but I'm not too sure between PSV or Genk how it's going to go between them. So hopefully I'll bring you guys back at the end of the group stages. So we were able to top the group with picking up a single loss, which is quite nice to see. Piemonte Calcio were only 2 points clear of Genk, so they cut it close, but we managed to win all games, only conceding 4 in that time. So let's see who our round of 16 opponent is. Atalanta, you know what? They're a good side, but at least it's not your PSG, your Atleti, or your Bayern, your Barca. So hopefully we can progress through to the next stage. So I guess I'll bring you guys back halfway through the season. So halfway through the season, we are currently sitting top of the league on 50 points, picked up 2 losses. However, we have won 16 out of 20, which is a very good result. Obviously we only finished in 4th last season, so we're currently 14 points clear. So hopefully we will definitely be getting Champions League football again next year. So hopefully we can maintain our position and try and win the league by the end of the season. And now that we're in January, guys, I guess I'll bring you back if we make any signings. So no business has been done in this January transfer window due to us spending all of our budget in the first window. This is how the start 11 will be looking going into our Champions League knockout rounds. I would have liked Malaysia, Pedri and Torres to have grown a bit more, but it's nice to see that we've got 5 players in the 90s. I didn't even see Sabalai. But Nubble almost there, same for Elliott, same for Smallbone. Hopefully our front line can carry us, and Lamptey and Teo can provide good defence. So I'll bring you guys back when we're at the Atalanta game. So we have the away leg first here against Atalanta, so we are travelling to Italy for this leg. Hopefully we can come out on top and maybe grab an away goal. Don't know why we're both using the blue kit, but just to see how we get on then. We pick up a 1-0 win. Paceto comes on off the bench to score. That puts us in a good position. Hopefully we can hold out. We didn't have a single shot. But hopefully now with this as our starting point, we can come off and pull through to the next round. So with the home leg now against Atalanta, we are currently carrying a 1-0 away goal advantage. Hopefully we can carry on our good run of form and beat them. Let's see how we do. We'll grab another 1-0 win. That's enough to put us through. What can I say? We're through. That's all that really matters. I guess I'll bring you back when we find our next opponent. So for our quarter-final stage, we have been drawn up against Valencia, which I would say is probably the easiest out of the remaining opponents we could have got. So that's going to give us a nice push. Hopefully we've got a full strength squad. Hopefully we can grab a couple of goals to make it easier when we go into the second leg. So I guess we'll bring you guys back when we have our first leg. But the first leg here against Valencia, we are at home. We've got a full strength starting 11, which is going to give us a good start. They do look like they've got some pretty decent players, Sevilla. Mainly looking at Koundé and Militao. However, Abraham and Edouard could both cause some problems, but we've got Tayor at the back, so hopefully we can do something. And we got a 1-0 win, Ricky J. Jones with the winner. All we have to do now is hold out. We haven't conceded an away goal, which puts us in good position. If we didn't have a single shot on target, we just absolutely dominated that game. I guess we'll just have to try and score again in the next leg. We've got the away leg now here against Valencia. We've got a 1-0 advantage going into this leg. We've still got a full strength starting 11. They look to be playing the same side. Let's see how we go. And we grab a 2-0 win, which does mean we are through. We won them 3-0 on aggregate. They didn't have a single shot throughout the entire tie. That is kind of embarrassing. But I guess I'll bring you guys back when we have our semi-final opponents. So we have been drawn up against PSG here in the semi-finals. They are quite a very strong side, so we're going to have to play really well. Hopefully we can pick up the win, because I wasn't actually expecting us to push this deep due to our weak bench, but we've not had any injuries, so we've been really lucky on that front. But I guess I'll bring you guys back when we are at the home leg. So after home leg here first, and we've got a full strength starting 11. That's a big bonus. Looking at PSG's side, the only real standout player is Mbappe and Marquinhos, really, because the side isn't actually as good as I thought it was going to be. I do reckon we can pull out a win. Yeah, we get a pretty convincing win, a 3-0 win here in the first leg. Jones picking up a brace and Malaysia scoring. Guess I'll bring you guys back in the second leg. Second leg here, we realistically should be going through to the final. We've got a 3-0 advantage going into this leg. Look like they're playing a bit of a stronger side. I didn't realise we had Diaz last time, but shouldn't really stop us too much. It was a more interesting game this time, a 3-3, but we still go through on aggregate. So who scored for us? Elliott scored, Malaysia and Pedri, and Mbappe picking up a brace for them. But I guess I'll bring you guys back when we find out our finalist opponent. So we have an all-English affair in the Champions League final. It's going to be us against Man City in the 2026 Champions League final. So guys, we have managed to win the Premier League this season. Liverpool finishing second, United and City filling out the third and fourth positions, but we take the top spot at 92 points, 4 losses, 29 wins. Pretty decent start. At the start of the season though, we did end up winning the Community Shield over Man City 2-0. We lost in the FA Cup final 4-2 to Liverpool, so we're no longer up for the treble, but hopefully we can still pick up the Champions League. So here's a quick overview of our squad before we get into the Champions League final. Our starting 11 is incredibly strong, however our bench and reserves are pretty weak. We haven't really got too much covering up the positions, which is why I'm very happy that we weren't picking up any injuries. Lamptey hit 99. And I'm a big fan of the young Englishman, so to see him at a 99 rated, that is a pretty incredible feat. But we've also got players like Ricky J. Jones and 95, which I wasn't expecting when we first started the career mode. And Chris Porter, 42 years old now, he's still at the club. He's retiring at the end of the season, but I guess I'll bring you guys back in the Champions League final. So City will be kicking off this Champions League final. Hopefully we can come out on top, as it just saves us doing an extra season really, doesn't it? But I guess I'll bring you guys back when something interesting happens. Harvey Elliott running down the wing here. Absolutely bursting past everyone. It's Salbalai! Blocked from Martinez Quarter. Pedri running down the line here. Good ball from Smallbone out to him. Ball played in. Here's Salbalai. Cleared. Smallbone scores! Let's go! 1-0 up already. 15 minutes in. Smallbone hits a bullet past Ederson here. Edge of the box, smashes it straight into that left hand side of the goal. 1-0. Jones plays it through. Here's Harvey Elliott. It's 2-0. In quick succession, we have just doubled our lead against City here. Not really much happened, but a nice spin from Jones, plays it through as Elliott, and that's 2-0 already. City with a good chance here. Here's Jesus, plays it through as Dani Olmo, straight at Nubble. City with a good attacking chance here. Jesus plays it to Olmo. Good tackle from Smallbone. Nearly at half time here. Can we maybe grab one more? Bad kick out from Nubble. City with a chance. Here's Jesus. Oh, hammers the post. And the follow up just drops wide. That would have made team talk very different here going to half time. But as it currently stands, we're 2-0 up. Kicking off second half is Jones, and hopefully we can continue. City didn't really have that many chances in that half, which I'm quite glad we're able to hold them out, but they've got nothing to lose in the second half now, so I reckon it's going to be a bit more interesting. Jesus. We'll just let him run through us. Poor defending this. Luckily Pau Torres has bailed us out. Oh, but we've not cleared it. We've failed to clear it. This was one of the easiest steps we had to do. Good tackle from Tayo. Oh, they've gone straight back to them again. Oh, Pau Torres gets a block in. Tackle from Rice. Lucky J. Jones plays it through his Salbalai. Scores! That should be the game. That's our third. City almost look out of it now. Unless they pull off a miraculous comeback, the Champions League title is ours. Lovely ball through. Salbalai just runs through on his left foot. Simple finish past the keeper. J. Jones plays it through his Pedri. Surely we can't grab a fourth. We can. Pedri finishes on his left foot. This is getting embarrassing now. Once again, just a lovely ball through from Jones and a simple finish from Pedri. Knocks it past the keeper. Chance here, ball played out wide to Ferran Torres. Good block from Lamptey. Salbalai though should have the beating of Diego Carlos at this stage of the game, as he does. Played inside. There's Declan Rice. Can't add to the total. Good save from Ederson. Jones plays it over the top. Here's Salbalai, goes for the dink. Oh no. Oh no indeed. City look well and truly out of it at this stage of the game. 3 minutes added on. 3 more minutes of suffering for the citizens. But as long as we win in the end, which we look like we are going to do, they have one last chance. It's Torres, but here's Torres again. No others. Boots it up out of play. That should be the end, and it is. We've done it, guys. 6 seasons. It only took us 6 seasons to take Harrogate Town from League 2 to Champions League winners, and what a journey it's been. Not a long one, but a good one it has been. Managed to get a player up to 99 for the first time, and it's been a lot of fun, this one. I'm looking forward to doing the next one, but until then, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of these celebrations.